It's the Dawnties!
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. And look who we have, it's Bailey!
It's Bailey! It's your favorite Bailey! You got your favorite Bailey and you got your favorite Donna.
So this is our second born puppy, or second dog that came to us. She's actually the youngest of the 5. But she was a present for my birthday in 2010. So when she came into our lives, Buddy was no longer an only puppy. He did not like it. This is Bailey. I don't know where you got her from, but she was 6 weeks old when we got her. So a brand new puppy. It actually worked out perfectly because I remember that year we took the whole week of my birthday off. And when I came home from work on my last day of work before vacation, this little fur ball, she was super furry and just round and black.
And I had left work early that day and had to go out of town to go pick her up. It was only like an hour and a half.
Yeah. To
go pick her up and then get back home before she got home from work to surprise her.
Yeah, I had no idea we were getting a second puppy. But she was so stinking cute. I mean, she still is, but, you know, puppies are so cute.
Look at the
and she is the biggest of our small dogs. She's 12 and a half pounds, around there.
And she's crazy.
She is crazy. She's starting to turn gray a little bit, but she acts like a crazy puppy all the time.
Yeah.
Still. And she's gonna be 9 this year, but she is 8 currently. And she is very wild. And when she was a puppy, all I wanted to do was snuggle with her.
She did nothing to do with that.
No, she was 100 miles a minute, always running around and jumping around and trying to bark. And I remember us trying to help her find her bark.
Oh, she found it now.
Now that she's found it, it's annoying. There was one point where, you know, she barks a lot. She's definitely the nosy one of all of our dogs. She always has to be up in everyone's business, and if she hears the littlest noise, she wants to go and see what it is. But there was one point where we started telling her to use her inside bark, and she would keep her mouth closed but bark. And it was a lot quieter. And she went through a phase where she would bark with toys in her mouth, and we would yell at her to don't bark with your mouth full, it's rude, and she wouldn't do it. And she was so funny.
Every time you open the door to let her go outside, she runs out the door, barking, full bark, and just runs circles around in the yard.
Yeah.
So
she loves being wild and free.
We like to say that she goes outside barking to let all of her friends on Bark Book know that she's out and she's ready to talk.
Yeah, if dogs gossip, she is definitely a gossiper because she's always trying to find other dogs to bark at or with or whatever. But we also think she's like part rabbit or something, because she will jump and leap all around. And she'll run around and then leap just in midair. And
for no reason at all. She'll just be running and then just wee!
So we like to joke that Bailey likes to go wee. She'll run, and then a big long leap. And we just imagine her saying wee! But as she's gotten older, she has come into the idea of showing love. And I so love it now that she loves to love on us. She'll come and jump up on me and just kind of stretch and then just fall into my chest, like just giving me some puppy loving. But she is definitely the wild one. Yeah, it did. I would force myself on her to love me, and she would have nothing to do with it. But now she does. She's all about it.
She's actually really calm right now.
She is, because she's scared. When she's scared, we like to say she gets petrified, like in Harry Potter, because she will freeze up. And she hates wearing clothes.
She gets embarrassed. She does. When you put them on her.
She will fight to put them on, but then once she has it on,
I try to get her cool ones with skulls on them.
Yeah, this one says Bone Patrol. So she has a whole bunch of skull-like clothing.
I try to make it cool,
but whenever we put clothes on her, first we have to catch her. And then once we do, we have to wrestle to get it on her. And then she will do this, like kind of hunch over, like in a corner, like I'm so embarrassed. I'm wearing this clothing that they put on me. But I don't know, whenever you put this one on, she was okay with it.
She was.
Because it's like 20 some odd degrees now.
Yeah.
So sometimes she's okay with it, but more often than not, she will run away, and then she will be like this in a corner, just hunkered down, embarrassed to show her
until she
face.
forgets she has it on, and then she'll be back to bay again.
But she always gets great reviews whenever she gets groomed, and it's because she's scared. And when she gets scared, she freezes up and is like, "Okay, what are you doing to me?" And so she doesn't fight back or anything. So I love getting the reviews from the groomers, and she just gets petrified. She gets scared, and she is so long. Like, I love to do this. Like, I will lay her, like this, and her feet just stick straight up because she gets scared. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? I got you, babe. But it's so funny because her legs are just like, look at them. Like,
Babe, what's she doing to you?
I'm holding you.
What's she doing to you, babe?
She's petrified. But no, we've really enjoyed this little Bailey girl, and that's her name. Her name is Bailey Girl.
Well, Bailey. She's named after Dr. Bailey from Grey's Anatomy.
She is named after Dr. Bailey, but she's not a doctor. She's just a pup. But this summer we had quite a scare with this one. Thought we were gonna lose her, and then whenever we realized we weren't, we thought she was gonna lose an eye. So apparently we have snakes in a creek behind us.
Our house backs up to a creek, and I had seen a snake in the yard, so I went and got some snake repellent
and stuff, and
tried
a couple of different
we had
things.
some bushes along our back fence, and I had
heavy bushes, like didn't even know what the fence looked like at the back of our
we didn't
yard.
even know what we have a gate in the back, and we didn't even know.
No idea. It's really cute though. It's a really cute fence.
But we had these big bushes, and I had sprayed the bushes and everything really good, and didn't see anything for a while. Thought we were okay. And then one night, after they all came in from going outside right before bed, Tess was acting a little weird.
Yeah, Tess was having a hard time going up the stairs. And Tess is our biggest dog. You'll see her in another video. And we thought maybe she got bit because her, like, the back muscle of her, I guess her butt cheek, the side of her
hip.
Her hip was twitching, and she was like, couldn't walk on her legs. So we laid her down in the hallway, tried to find bite marks or some sort of indication of maybe
some kind of a trauma.
Bit.
We were just trying to figure out what happened, and we don't know. She might have, but where she got bit and she's so much bigger was different than Bailey.
Yeah.
But so her sister was actually here at the time, and we were all focused on Tess.
And all the other dogs were in their bed.
They had gone to their room and had gone to bed, and we're all checking out Tess. Bailey had actually gone and laid down in a black bed.
And we lost her.
Yeah, because we couldn't see her.
We're like, Bailey, where's Bailey? Did she come upstairs? What? Which is unlike her. Like, she will run up and she'll just run around. Like, she won't go straight to bed. We have to kind of corral her into her bedroom. And after we investigated Tess and, okay, she's fine, you know, there's nothing indicating anything's wrong other than her muscles twitching. I think we put, like, maybe we put some sort of salvant or something on her just to kind of help calm her. But then we're like, okay, did a head count. There's only 4 dogs in the bedroom. Where's Bailey? So we're running around trying to find Bailey, and then I think it was my sister noticed that, oh, she's in the black bed. She's in the bedroom. Oh, okay. Which was not like her, but we didn't think anything of it.
We just went to bed.
We went to bed.
The next morning, we get up. She leaves for work first, and then I get up and I take care of all the dogs. Well, when I got up the next morning to take care of the dogs and everything, Bailey's eye was red and it looked a little bit swollen. And I thought maybe it's allergies or something, you know?
They do have, and she has really bad allergies.
All of them
She does the inverted cough or sneeze, where it's like she's choking, but it's actually a dog coughing. And she's had that for years. I mean, it's just the time of the year and all that stuff.
So I thought, okay, maybe
she
it's
sent me a
allergies.
picture, and she was like, you know, she's kind of a little swollen up here, but And another thing that you noticed is Bailey will scarf her food, like in seconds, and then try to find the other dogs who are slower, like Buddy, and tries to sneak some of their food. And whenever she doesn't scarf her food, it's like, okay, something's wrong with her. She's sick or something's wrong. And I think you had said that she ate her food, but it wasn't like she normally does.
Right.
She took her time, which is very unlike this one.
So I was thinking it was allergies or something. So again, her sister was here, and she was up, and I asked her, I said, do you have any like kids Benadryl or something? Did your kids leave any of that here? So we got her some Benadryl, and we gave her some Benadryl, and then I went on to work.
So then I get home first, when I come home, and I don't know what, she was a little bit furrier at the time, so it was hard to see if she was swollen, but her eye was really red, and I noticed like her neck looked really big, and I was concerned about her breathing, because it was just very swollen, and she wasn't really acting herself. She was kind of keeping to herself in a corner and not being, oh, hi, mom is home, whatever, like she normally does. And I think after you got home, I had her look at Bailey, and we decided, okay, we need to take her somewhere because the swelling in her neck was very concerning.
It was like this whole left side of her head was swollen.
Yeah, the whole left side of her head. So we called the ER doctor who, we didn't know where one was because we know where her normal vet is, but they were closed. So we found an emergency place nearby, talked to them over the phone and said, hey, if we bring our dog up, this is what we're experiencing. What do you need from us? What do we need to bring? So we hauled butt down there. And they took her immediately and started looking at her. And so we were kind of talking about what we noticed the night before, this morning, and then whenever I got home from work. And long story short, she got bit by a copperhead. Is that what it was? A copperhead. And we actually had a picture of the snake on her phone. So we've seen 2 snakes in the yard, actually seen them. The first one was non-poisonous. It was just but it was really big and thick. And then the second time that we saw one, it was like 2 days later this happened. And so we showed them the picture, and they were talking about, keeping her overnight, running her tests, getting some IVs in her, trying to stop the poison. And they said, if we have to administer this one type of medicine, we will call you and get permission, because it was like $200 for just for that, for one shot one of that medicine, dose of that medicine. And they called us after, and we were there for a few hours with her. They called us, we gave them permission, said do whatever you need to do to save her life. And they're like, okay, we'll be in touch with you if anything happens. We will let you know. We'll give you a call immediately. So we give them both of our cell phone numbers, because I'm a heavy sleeper. And once I'm asleep, I'm not going to hear the phone ring. But we made it through the night. And then we went up there to pick her up in the morning to take her from the ER doctor to her normal vet. And that's where she was for most of the next day, was at her normal vet, just being observed. Making sure she's comfortable, trying to figure out if they were able to stop the poison in her from damaging her any further. And then at this point, we were told that her life is pretty much saved, but she might lose her eye. And it was so weird because she got bit on the top of her head and on the bottom of her chin. So just bit her right there. So this whole side was swollen. But it was this eye that was in danger. So it's very odd how that works. And we were recommended to go to an ophthalmologist.
A doggy ophthalmologist. I didn't even know they had them.
Had no idea. And we were prepared to have the conversation of having her eye surgically removed and what that would mean. We did a lot of research. And it was like 2 weeks later, because we had to administer daily drops in that eye and keep her on her antibiotics and this other medicine that they gave her. So after 2 weeks, we went to the ophthalmologist, and her eye was completely gray. Which, okay, we accepted the fact she may lose an eye.
She's at least going to be blind.
Going to be blind in that eye.
And they may remove the whole eyeball and just sew her eyelids shut.
And we were totally accepting of this. My sister even said that she would get her an eye patch that was bedazzled with a skull on it or something really cool like that. So we were very much prepared to have that conversation. So we get to the ophthalmologist. They do some testing, and she has full visibility in that eye. Even though it was completely grayed over, it was all of the liquid. There was a bunch of liquid fluid buildup in that eye. And so they gave us, they explained it as her looking through a foggy window. But she has full visibility in it. And they gave us some drops to kind of help the fluid kind of disappear without having to surgically go in and drain the fluid.
So we were like, okay, so she's okay, and her eye is still gray, but they gave us these drops, and they said, put these drops in there, and as the fluid dissipates, then her eye will go back to a normal color.
Yeah.
They said it may not get completely, but she's gonna be okay.
She's gonna be fine. And I don't know if we'll be able to show you because she's kind of all over the place. But she does have a little bit of a gray looking patch on her eye, and the actual eyeball is red. And that's going to be permanent, but she is basically acting as if nothing happened. Which is
we thought
a
it might
miracle.
calm her down a little bit.
No.
Nope. She's still bae.
And after the whole incident, it took her a while to be comfortable going out in the backyard. But not too long. Like, she pretty much forgot about it pretty quickly. But the first few times we let her out, she would stay on the concrete patio and not actually go into the grass. And we kept a close eye on her, and we still do with all of the other dogs, because
we ended up paying somebody to get rid of them bushes too.
Yeah, so we had a gardener come out and rip out all of the foliage that was back there. And that's how we revealed what our fence looked like back there and realized we have a gate.
Who knew?
So then we have all that cleared off now, and our neighbors had said that the snakes come out in the summertime. So
next summer I'll be ready.
Yeah, and we got tips on how to keep the bushes away, because the snakes like to find places to hide where they can get cool. And bushes are like,
and this one used to run through them bushes.
She would run behind the bushes, and yeah. Now that we know we have snakes that are poisonous, or even not poisonous,
and
ones,
no
like
more
that one was
bushes.
massive. We have no more bushes, nowhere for them to hide. So it's just a matter of maintaining that, keeping their hiding places at bay in our backyard. Hopefully we won't run into any more. So there is actually her eyeball that we're talking about. It's a little gray patch. You can see it's red. It's as if nothing ever happened, if you can believe it. Like, she survived a poisonous snake bite. And it's a miracle.
She's a tough little dog.
She is a tough little dog. If any of the other small dogs had gotten bit, they would not have survived.
No.
There's no way. It's just crazy that she did. And she's going strong, and it's as if nothing happened other than the little gray patch on her eye. Oh, that was scary. That was like probably the scariest thing we've been through. Yeah, I mean, when Buddy had his little medical issue, it was scary, but I think this was 10 times more scary because we knew it was a poisonous snake bite. And dogs normally, I mean, they don't survive a lot going through that. So
it's crazy that she did survive.
It
really is.
And we are so glad, because she is very chaotic, and she is very all over the place, and she is definitely our most hyper dog.
But she loves her kids.
She is the sweetest. She loves the kids. They'll come over and play with her, and she loves them.
She
loves
does
them so much.
If we leave the dogs home and we go over and we see the kids, when we get back home, she's smell
all
them.
over
She'll
us.
smell them on me, and she'll go, "You were with my kids. Where are my kids?" Won't you, babe?
But
yeah.
So one little funny thing about her, so kind of getting away from the serious stuff for a minute. She is nosy. She is very much wanting to be in everyone's business. And it's funny because she's a little ditzy. And if she hears a noise, she will run and bark in the opposite direction and then realize, oh, it's the other way. And she'll come around and take off the other way. Like, it's so funny. And she also, another funny anecdote about her is she loves to chase lights. And during the summer, whenever the sunlight is really heavy, we'll take like a mirror or even like our phone.
Well, we used to have a fan, and the fan would rotate.
Yeah. And of course, the reflection would cause white dots on the wall, and as it rotates, the light would move, and she will sit there for hours and just watch it, and then jump at the wall, try to attack it, and we'll play with her like that, and we'll take our cell phones and reflect light onto the wall and just kind of move it around and watch her run back and forth. And we're like, oh, we're just helping her get her exercise, you know, running from one side of the room to the other, and then lower it down on the wall to where she could get to it. And as soon as she jumps up, we, you know, move it up. And we have quite a few videos of her just chasing lights on the wall, and it's so fun. She's the only one who does it.
Crazy dog.
She is crazy. But we love her to death.
And when she gets in trouble, her Aunt Brittany has a favorite little saying.
What does she say?
She said, it's because she's black, isn't it? No, it's not because she's the only black dog. It's because she's the only crazy dog.
Yeah. She gets in trouble a lot because she is very... She does whatever she wants to do. It don't matter.
She don't care.
She'll do it.
Even if she knows she's not supposed to do it, she don't care.
Mm-mm. She is all about, this is what I want to do, and if I get in trouble, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
And she hates getting sprayed. Like with puppy spray, like the body spray for dogs.
Or we use oils on our dogs to calm them down when fireworks and stuff go on.
So as soon as she sees we have a bottle or something in our hand, she will run and hide and get as small as she can in a corner and just like, no, and she'll run away. And as soon as we spray her, finally we catch her, she'll run and then, of course, run all over the carpet trying to rub it off. But yeah, she doesn't like to be sprayed and she doesn't like clothes. That's our Bailey girl.
Bailey, look, your kids are in there. Say hi to your kids. Bailey,
you love your kids, don't you? You love your kids. All right, well, that's all we have for you. Just want to introduce you to our second little nugget here. Just another part of us. Another part of our little family we got. We hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be talking about the other dogs as well, so stay tuned for those videos. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.